Welcome, my favorite people, to all the spicy Lady Sigma out there. You've chosen a path that few understand. You're strong, independent, and deeply self-aware, and you've worked relentlessly to become the unapologetic woman you are today, that you've built a life that never relies on anyone's approval or validation. And you hold yourself to a high standard that pushes you to grow endlessly, no matter what the world expects of you. You never settle because you know exactly what it means to feel whole and complete all on your own. That same unshakable strength and self-respect is exactly why you're never interested in just any casual relationship. You know your time, energy, and heart are precious, and you refuse to invest them in anyone who cannot meet you on your level, match your depth, or honor your worth, that you're patiently waiting for a rare kind of man. One who values your independence, respects your sharp mind, and views life with the same profound depth and authenticity that you do. This man is never average, never mediocre, and you know it, that he carries the maturity, clear life purpose, and unwavering stability that perfectly complements your powerful energy. This is the only kind of man a spicy Lady Sigma will ever fall for. Not because you're picky, but because you understand exactly what a genuine, equal, and lasting partnership truly looks like. This isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about finding someone who recognizes, cherishes, and elevates the real, unfiltered you that you've worked so hard to become. You've earned every right to be selective in love and life. Now let's break down the unmatched qualities of the only man worthy of a spicy Lady Sigma's heart and choice. Let's get started, spicy lady. To gain a deeper understanding of this topic, I highly recommend watching the full video and sharing your honest thoughts down in the comments below. Number 1. He lives with purpose, not for praise or ego. A spicy Lady Sigma is endlessly drawn to a man with quiet, unshakable drive, someone who lives with clear, intentional purpose and never needs public applause or external validation to feel worthy. Surface level charm and good looks may catch her eye for a fleeting moment, but they never hold her attention long without genuine substance to back them up. What truly captivates and resonates with her is a man who chases meaningful goals, personal growth, and heartfelt missions that give his life depth beyond social status, likes, or public recognition. That he sets his own standards and holds himself accountable to them, guided by a strong internal compass rather than the opinions, praise, or approval of others. Whether he's building his career, pursuing a personal vision, or working toward long-term life goals, he moves forward with unwavering consistency and grit. His priority is building a life he's genuinely proud of, with or without anyone watching, acknowledging, or celebrating his progress. This rare self-sufficiency and grounded ambition resonate deeply with every spicy Lady Sigma. She sees his quiet dedication, respects his work ethic, and recognizes the immense strength it takes to keep striving in silence, with no audience and no praise. In a world obsessed with clout, likes, and public validation, his purpose-driven lifestyle is incredibly refreshing and rare. This level of authentic character stands out above all else, and it's exactly the core quality a spicy Lady Sigma craves in a partner: depth, substance, and unshakable self-purpose. Number 2. His mind is his strongest asset. A spicy Lady Sigma falls for a man whose mind truly captivates hers. A man whose intelligence stretches far beyond basic book smarts or surface level knowledge. She is endlessly intrigued by someone who views the world in layered, nuanced ways, whose thoughts hold untapped depth, unique perspectives, and creative insight that challenges everything she thinks she knows. This is never about reciting facts or performing intelligence to impress her, but it's about genuine curiosity, thoughtful questioning, and the ability to see far beyond the obvious. He approaches every conversation like an exploration of ideas, sharing fresh perspectives that make her rethink old beliefs, expand her mindset, and grow intellectually. For a spicy Lady Sigma, real romantic and emotional connection is never built on physical attraction alone. True chemistry sparks when someone can challenge her mind, match her intellect, and engage her on a deeper level. She has zero interest in men who agree with everything she says just to keep the peace, or men who use empty lines and shallow charm to gain her attention. She deeply respects a man who brings his own unique insights to every conversation, who can hold his own mentally, and who is never intimidated by her sharp intelligence and strong personality. His active mind fuels her endless curiosity, pushing her to dive deeper into new topics, explore new ideas, and expand her worldview. She craves growth, learning, and constant self-improvement, and the man who inspires that evolution within her secures a place in her life that no shallow charm could ever earn. With him, every conversation becomes a new opportunity for discovery, and this pure intellectual chemistry is what keeps her truly captivated and committed. Number 3, he challenges her not to win, but to help her grow. Spicy Lady Sigma never shy away from a good challenge, and they always value depth over petty, shallow disagreements. The man who captures her heart is never someone who blindly agrees with every word she says to avoid conflict. Instead, he challenges her intentionally with pure purpose and genuine care. His disagreements are never ego-driven, never about winning an argument or proving her wrong. Every pushback, every different perspective, and every honest debate is designed to expand her thinking, broaden her worldview, and help her evolve into the best version of herself. He sees her full potential, often even the parts she hasn't recognized yet, and he's unafraid to call out her blind spots and question her assumptions because he truly believes in her ability to grow. This is mutual growth, not ego competition. He is secure and confident enough in his own identity that he never feels threatened by her strength, independence, or sharp intellect. Instead of feeling intimidated, he uses every conversation and difference of opinion to spark deeper reflection, clarity, and self-awareness for both of them. When he challenges her, it's a clear sign he sees her as an equal partner on a shared growth journey. Not someone to worship, placate, or admire from a distance. He consistently brings out the absolute best in her, and she deeply respects this rare dynamic. Their connection is uniquely transformative. She doesn't stay with him for empty validation. She stays with him because he actively helps her evolve, sharpens her focus, and broadens her mind. With him, love is not static, it's an ongoing journey of mutual improvement, and that's what makes their bond unbreakable and powerful. Number 4. His values are unshakable. Even when unpopular Spicy Lady Sigma have zero patience for people who bend their beliefs, compromise their morals, or shift their values to fit in, gain approval, or follow popular trends. She wholeheartedly respects a man whose core values are as solid as a rock, unchanging, unwavering, and authentic, even when his beliefs are unpopular, misunderstood, or opposed by the crowd. The man worthy of her never sways from his principles due to external pressure, public opinion, or social trends. His convictions are deeply rooted in his identity, and he stands firm in his truth no matter the cost or adversity he faces. There is no weakness in his steadfast principles. They are the foundation of every choice he makes, every boundary he sets, and every goal he chases. What attracts her most is his unbreakable integrity. He never changes who he is to please others, win favor, or fit into society's narrow expectations. Whether his truth is celebrated or criticized, he remains grounded, authentic, and unapologetically himself. This rare strength of character is deeply magnetic to a Spicy Lady Sigma. It proves he is not a follower, not a people pleaser, and not someone who floats aimlessly through life. He is a man of purpose, conviction, and unwavering self-trust. She admires this steadfastness immensely, as it's incredibly rare in a world full of people who compromise their truth for temporary acceptance. His courage to stand alone and stay rooted in his values, even through hardship, makes him endlessly attractive to her. That we appreciate you, Spicy Lady, for being a treasured subscriber. Your consistent support fuels our passion for delivering genuine, meaningful content. Thank you for your endless engagement and encouragement. Number 5. He's low-key but has a purpose louder than words. A Spicy Lady Sigma is drawn to quiet strength, not loud showmanship. She has no interest in men who shout about their ambitions, flash their success, or perform their achievements for clout and attention. What captivates her is a man whose purpose is embedded in his actions, not his words. He never needs to announce his goals, brag about his progress, or prove his worth to the world. His drive, discipline, and ambition are obvious in the way he carries himself, the choices he makes, and the focused intention he brings to every area of life. There is a subtle, undeniable intensity in his demeanor. He tackles challenges with calm determination, commits to his goals without fanfare or public praise, and navigates life with quiet confidence and unshakable focus. He never competes for attention, validation, or social approval. His purpose is clear to himself, and that grounded drive naturally draws respect and opportunities toward him. He avoids flashy displays, superficial status, and empty public recognition. His quiet determination speaks volumes louder than any brag or performance, and this is exactly the energy a spicy Lady Sigma admires and gravitates toward. His power lies in pure authenticity. He stays focused on his mission, unbothered by societal noise, peer pressure, or the need to conform. For a spicy Lady Sigma, this energy is deeply magnetic. She doesn't want a man who puts on a show. She wants someone who quietly, relentlessly, and consistently builds a meaningful life. And that's the rare man who captures her full attention, respect, and heart. Number 6, he balances intellect with intuition. A spicy Lady Sigma doesn't need a man with all the answers, nor does she respect someone who only relies on cold, rigid logic to navigate every part of life. What she values most is rare balance, a man who thinks deeply and critically, yet also trusts his gut and honors his intuition. She knows raw intellect alone is incomplete. It must be complemented by emotional awareness and instinct to create true wisdom. She admires a man who can hold thoughtful, layered conversations on any topic, share insightful perspectives that expand her thinking, and challenge her mindset intellectually. But what truly keeps her intrigued is his ability to step out of overthinking and pure analysis to listen to his inner voice. He knows exactly when to lean into logic and when to trust intuition, never letting one side override the other. This balanced mindset is extremely rare. He is equally comfortable in rational problem solving and emotional self-awareness. Never limited by one-dimensional thinking, he isn't confined to predictable, robotic logic, nor is he overwhelmed by unregulated emotions. He masters both realms, navigating life with authenticity, clarity, and balanced wisdom. For a spicy Lady Sigma, this unique blend of intellect and intuition is deeply magnetic. It's not just about being smart, it's about possessing the wisdom to know how, when, and why to use every tool available to him. This rare balance earns her full respect, deep trust, and endless admiration. Number 7, he doesn't flinch when she calls him out. Spicy Lady Sigma have zero tolerance for fake pretenses, ego games, and polished facades. They are unapologetically honest, and they expect the same radical transparency from everyone close to them. When she calls someone out, it's never to tear them down, criticize harshly, or feed conflict. It's because she values realness, authenticity, and growth over comfortable lies and fake harmony. The right man for her is confident and secure enough to handle her straightforward honesty without retreating, deflecting, or growing defensive. He never buckles under her blunt observations or honest feedback. Instead, he owns his flaws openly, acknowledges his room for growth, and never feels ashamed of his imperfections. He recognizes her honest calls for improvement as a sign of respect, care, and investment in him. Not a personal attack, that he sees her unfiltered honesty as her greatest strength, not a threat to his ego. A spicy Lady Sigma is always fair. She gives credit where it's due and stands firmly beside people who have the courage to take responsibility for their mistakes and growth. This level of emotional maturity is incredibly rare in a world full of people who run from confrontation and avoid hard truths. With him, she never has to play games, soften her words, or dim her authenticity to protect someone's fragile ego. His ability to face honesty head-on, grow from feedback, and stay humble earns him her ultimate respect and unshakable loyalty. Number 8. He walks away from drama without a second thought. Spicy Lady Sigma never tiptoe around egos or sugarcoat the truth to keep the peace. She is straightforward, blunt, and honest, always calling things exactly as she sees them, especially for the people she cares about. She sets high standards for herself and everyone in her life, and she never softens her stance to avoid temporary discomfort or conflict. Most people find her directness intimidating and uncomfortable, but the man who truly deserves her heart never shies away from her honesty. He stands firm, respects her transparency, and bravely faces his own flaws and shortcomings. He is never defensive, never plays the victim, and never makes excuses when she points out areas for his growth. He listens intently, reflects deeply, and uses her feedback as fuel to improve himself. He is mature enough to understand that her bluntness stems from respect, not malice. She would never waste her time or energy on someone she didn't see genuine potential in. So he never takes her honesty personally or feels threatened by it. This powerful dynamic creates perfect balance in their relationship. She gets to be fully, unapologetically herself without worrying about bruising egos, and he displays his quiet strength through humility, self-awareness, and consistent growth. In a world obsessed with fake harmony and people-pleasing, his willingness to face hard truths and grow steadily is exactly what makes him stand out to every spicy lady Sigma number 9. His confidence is a quiet force. Not to show the confidence that captivates a spicy lady Sigma is never loud, arrogant, or performative. It's a calm, steady, unshakable inner force that radiates naturally. This man never needs to broadcast his strengths, dominate rooms, or prove his worth to anyone. His confidence shines through in subtle, powerful ways. The way he carries himself, the clarity in his words, the certainty in his choices, and the unwavering purpose guiding his life. When challenges arise, he never crumbles, panics, or reacts impulsively. He maintains a cool, level head, handling pressure and adversity with unmatched calm and composure. Nothing easily throws him off balance, and this quiet emotional and mental strength is impossible for a spicy lady Sigma to ignore. His confidence is rooted in self-knowledge. He knows exactly who he is, what he stands for, and his inherent worth. With zero need for external validation. In a world full of people who perform confidence for clout and approval, his quiet, authentic self-assurance is deeply magnetic. It draws her in naturally, without force or fanfare. She deeply respects a man who is fully content in his own skin, who doesn't need audience approval, and whose sense of self is complete and unshakable on its own. This rare quality resonates with her soul on the deepest level. Number 10. He respects her space without making it a big deal. Independence is the core identity of every spicy lady Sigma. It's never just a preference, but a non-negotiable part of who she is. The man who truly understands and loves her knows that giving her space is never distance, rejection, or disinterest. It's pure, intentional respect. He never hovers over her, questions her need for solitude, or takes her alone time personally. He fully understands that her private space is where she recharges, resets, reflects, and reconnects with her authentic self, an essential part of her peace, growth, and well-being. What sets him apart is his secure mindset. He never overanalyzes her need for solitude, never searches for hidden red flags, and never feels threatened by her independence. He knows that time apart doesn't weaken their bond. It strengthens it, allowing both of them to return to the relationship with renewed energy, fresh perspectives, and deeper gratitude for one another. He respects her full autonomy with no strings attached, no guilt tripping, and no insecurity. This is invaluable to a spicy lady Sigma, who is used to people trying to control, dim, or change her independent spirit. With him, she feels truly seen, understood, and accepted for exactly who she is. His trust in her freedom is the highest form of respect, and it only makes their connection more freeing, genuine, and unbreakable. Number 11. He possesses rare, masterful emotional control. Spicy lady Sigma have zero patience for chaotic emotional roller coasters, petty outbursts, and unregulated reactivity. She deeply values stability, emotional maturity, and self-mastery, because she knows firsthand how much strength it takes to manage your emotions instead of letting them control you. This is exactly why she is irresistibly drawn to a man with rare, impeccable emotional control. This doesn't mean he bottles up his feelings or pretends to be unaffected by life struggles. It means he masters his emotions, he understands them, processes them healthily, and never lets them dictate his actions, words, or decisions. That he knows when to step back, reflect, reset, and respond with clarity instead of reacting with impulse. When life brings chaos, tension, or unexpected challenges, he never loses his cool or lets frustration spiral out of control. He maintains a steady hand, a clear mind, and grounded composure even when everyone around him falters. His emotional stability is a constant reassurance, proof he will never crack under pressure or drag her into unnecessary drama and conflict. For a spicy lady Sigma, This grounded energy is deeply magnetic. She is exhausted by immature emotional extremes and unstable partners. With him, she gains a resilient, reliable, and calm safe space. She never has to carry emotional weight alone. And this level of consistent maturity is the quality she values most in a lifelong partner. That conclusion at the end of the day, the only man capable of capturing a spicy Lady Sigma's heart is not someone who chases her attention, begs for her approval, or wins her over with empty, superficial gestures. He is a man who stands firmly rooted in his own identity, who lives with unshakable purpose and quiet confidence that needs no audience, validation, or praise. That he knows his worth, stands by his values, and never wavers despite society's shifting standards and shallow trends. For her, love is never about perfection or a long list of material accomplishments, that it's all about depth of character, unwavering authenticity, and genuine emotional maturity that permeates every part of his life. The spicy Lady Sigma falls for the man who honors her independence, respects her brilliant mind, and engages her intellect instead of blindly agreeing to keep the peace. He walks beside her as an equal, never trying to overshadow, control, or tame her powerful spirit. He respects her need for space, thrives on mutual growth, and matches her drive and ambition with his own. That he doesn't dim her light. He inspires her to keep growing, keep evolving, and keep pushing her own boundaries. She doesn't need a hero or a perfect prince. She needs someone real, someone solid, and someone who brings out the absolute best in her naturally, without force or pretense. The only man worthy of Aspicy Lady Sigma is steady, unpretentious, and unapologetically authentic, someone who knows his own worth, just like her, and stands beside her as a true equal for life. Thank you for tuning in, Spicy Lady. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay unapologetically you. God bless.